Hey everyone, Dr. Rowe coming to you from SpineCare in St. Joseph, Michigan. In this video, we're going to focus on the two main muscles that cause neck and shoulder pain. These muscles are the upper trapezius and levator scapula. So over time, bad posture and inactivity can lead to a buildup of muscle weakness and tightness that leads to strain and eventual pain in the neck and the shoulders. So to fix this, we're going to go over really easy exercises that will help release that tightness while also helping to strengthen the muscles for both quick and long-lasting relief. Just as a quick note, each one of the exercises works differently. Make sure to go through them all and use what gives you the most relief. With that being said, let's get started. This exercise we can do standing or seated. What we're going to do is make hooks with our fingers, lock them together. And with this exercise, it doesn't matter which hand is out in front. In fact, during the exercise, switch it up and use what works best for you. But we're going to lock our fingers together. We're going to put our hands really close towards our chest. The movement is trying to pull our hands apart, but we're going to resist against this movement. The more that you build into this, the more that you're going to feel a really good activation of the muscles in the upper back working into the shoulders. We're going to hold this and now do a slow circular motion with our hands, and with each circle, make the next one a little bit bigger. Try to do about 10 circles, and that last circle should be really big, challenging those muscles. From there, we're going to switch it up, go in the opposite direction, and then repeat. So to take this one to the next level, target the neck a little bit more, give this a try. So let's get back into that original position of trying to pull our hands apart. We're going to hold this, and now we're going to stick our chin straight forward like this, keeping our eyes straight ahead, so don't look upward towards the ceiling. You should feel a really good activation of the muscles in the neck. From here, we're going to do a slow circular motion with our head. And with each circle, try to make the next one a little bit bigger. Do this 10 times in one direction and then switch it up in the opposite direction and then repeat. You can also do a tilting motion, taking one ear towards one side shoulder. And when you do this, you're going to feel a really good stretch from your neck into your shoulder. You're going to hold this for a second or two, release it, and then repeat this on the other side. Try to do that about 5 times on both sides. But go through all of these movements. The odds are you're going to find that one just offers the most relief. And at that point, keep throwing repetitions in until everything is nice and loose. Here's a really good combination exercise. It's going to target the two main muscles that cause neck and shoulder pain, the upper trapezius and levator scapula. Let's start with the upper trapezius. So we're going to start seated with really good upright posture. Just have your back nice and straight. Whatever side that you're having the most pain or discomfort, let's say it's our right side, you're going to take the hand on that side, grip off to the side of your chair, while the other hand grips off to the side of your head. Now slowly pull your head towards the other side shoulder. As you do this, you're going to feel a deep opening stretch from the bottom of the ear, working across the side of the neck, towards the top of the shoulder. Once you feel that, you're going to hold this and now slowly turn to look upward towards the ceiling. So we're just kind of turning our chin upward like this. Do this slowly because it will quickly intensify that stretch. Build into this as much as you can. Hold it comfortably for 20 to 30 seconds. And during that time period, just do nice, slow, controlled breathing. Let out as much tension as you can. Release it, take a breather, and then repeat this 3 times. And with each repetition, try to stretch into it a little bit more. But let's take this one to the next level and now focus on the levator scapula with a stretch fittingly called the armpit sniffer. So again, whatever side that you're having the most pain or discomfort, let's say it's our right side. What we're going to do first is slowly turn to look towards the other side shoulder until we feel a really good stretch forming in our neck. We're going to hold this, take the hand on the other side, grip the back of our head, and now slowly pull our chin downward towards the other side's armpit, towards the floor. This time around, you're going to feel a little bit more of a stretch in the neck, working towards the shoulder, but more towards the top of the shoulder blade in the upper back. We're going to hold this 20 to 30 seconds, release it, repeat this 3 times. But I would go through both of these movements and focus on the one that's just offering the most relief. And even if the other side doesn't hurt, I always recommend throwing a couple repetitions in just to keep everything nice and loose. This exercise is called Angels and Swimmers, and it's a really good one. We're going to start seated with good upright posture. Just have your back nice and straight. Have your arms off to your side, elbows bent at 90 degrees, so it should look like we're making a field goal with our body. At this point, we're going to press our elbows backward as much as we can until it feels like a really good stretch is forming in the chest, but more importantly, it should start to feel like your shoulder blades are starting to pinch in your back. You're going to hold this and now slowly reach upward towards the ceiling. As you do this, you're going to feel a really good activation of the muscles in the upper back, into the shoulder, into the neck. But to deepen this, we're going to shrug our shoulders upward as much as we can. Hold this for a second or two, release it, and then bring our elbows back towards our body. At this point, relax, take a breather, but try to repeat this about 10 to 15 times. And with each repetition, try to build into it just a little bit more. But to take this one to the next level and focus a little bit more on our shoulders, we can now do what is called the swimmer. So we're going to put our arms and hands right off towards our side like this, palms facing forward. Let's press our hands backward just a little bit until we feel those shoulder blades start to pinch. And now we're going to start to do a slow circular motion with our arms and our hands. And with each circle, make the next one a little bit bigger. Try to keep building into this for about 10 to 15 circles, and that last circle should be really big to the point where it feels like you're swimming. At that point, we're going to switch it up in the opposite direction and then repeat. But if you want to make this one more challenging, instead of having your palms facing forward, turn them backward like this and then repeat. It's a lot harder to do. But I would go through all of these movements. The odds are you're going to find one just works the best for you, offers the most relief. And at that point, I would keep throwing repetitions in until everything is nice and loose. So now let's go over a couple really good strengthening exercises that you can do daily for long-lasting neck and shoulder pain relief. This first one, we're going to start lying on our stomach in bed or on a floor. And make sure to put a pillow underneath your chest too for comfort. So let's start by targeting our neck. We're going to take 2 fingers, put them on our chin, and now tuck our chin towards our chest until our eyes and chin are straight downward towards the floor. At this point, we're going to hold this and now press the back of our head straight upward towards the ceiling. And it's really important that we keep our chin and eyes towards the floor, so don't look up like this. You should feel a deep activation of those neck muscles. We're going to hold this comfortably for 5 seconds. We're going to release it and now repeat this 10 to 15 times. And with each repetition, try to build into it just a little bit more. Afterwards, see how you feel. If it feels like you have a little bit more energy, always challenge yourself by throwing in another set or 2. But let's take this one to the next level and focus on some more muscles, especially in the upper back and across the shoulders. So we're going to get back into our original position of pressing our head up like this. We're going to hold this and now take our hands, put them on the back of our head. Now what we want to do is press our head and chest upward towards the ceiling as much as we can, while also winging our elbows upward towards the ceiling till it feels like our shoulder blades are starting to pinch. You're going to feel a ton of muscles start to fire in the neck, across the shoulders, into the upper back. Hold this for 5 seconds. You're going to release it and then repeat this 10 to 15 times. But again, if it feels like you have a little bit more energy, always challenge yourself by throwing in another set or 2. This strengthening exercise, all we're going to need is a wall. Let's start facing it and get really close to it to the point where our chest is almost touching. Put your palms on the wall and now slide your hands straight upward towards the ceiling as much as you can. You should already start to feel a really good stretch forming in your upper back, working into the shoulders, into the neck. To deepen this though, we're going to shrug our shoulders upward as much as we can. Hold this, and now to take it to the next level, we're going to slowly press our hands off of the wall. This will quickly deepen the activation of those muscles. Build into this one as much as you can. Hold it for about 5 seconds. Put your hands back on the wall. On the next repetition though, we're going to slide our hands down slightly, shrug, lift off. You're just going to notice it targets the muscles a little bit differently. So let's keep doing this over and over again, lowering our hands till they're straight off towards our side, and then we're going to work downward towards the floor. And then we're going to come back upward like this. The odds are you're going to find that one certain position just feels like it's the weakest, or maybe there's just a lot of tightness or achiness. It's right here for me. At that point, I treat it like my weak link and keep throwing repetitions in until it feels like I got a really good workout. And if you are struggling with this, you're more than welcome to do this one arm at a time. Just make sure though, whatever you do on one side that you always do on the other to keep everything in balance. If the exercises help, please support the channel by giving this video a like and maybe subscribing too. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks for watching.